Hey everyone, welcome to That Pedal Show. Viewers, comments and questions live. Dan here.
Mick here, hello.
Hope you're all wonderful. Hope you had a lovely weekend.
Well, I've got to turn the aircon off, Dan.
It's been so nice.
Yeah. It's not very nice when it's going on the microphones. Hello friends, how are we all? Please let us know that sound and vision is present.
Sound and vision.
Oh, have we all had a jolly week since our last gathering?
It's been jolly.
Yeah.
It's been jolly nice. Jolly. Lots of I can throw lots of other words on the end of jolly. But it has been jolly. Weather's been jolly. Some parts jolly interesting, jolly difficult, and jolly fun.
Have you seen Mr. Jolly Lives Next Door?
No, I haven't seen Mr. Jolly Lives Next Door.
By the comic strip Presents.
No, that is new to me. Is that a British thing?
Yeah.
Right.
Adrian Evanson, Rick Mail, Nigel Planer.
Okay.
Basically the young ones.
The young ones, right.
Before they were the young ones. Well,
Oh, is it pre-young
or
ones?
it might be concurrently, I don't know. Dawn
Wow.
French, James Saunders. I think
Wow.
all of them
Okay.
are pretty much in it. I got up to check something then and I've completely forgotten what I got up to check.
Jennifer Saunders was married to
Adrian Edmondson,
Edmondson. That's right. Yes.
who was
Rick.
Vivian in the young
Vivian.
ones.
Yes. Yes. Still is.
Yes. David Tompkins is on, Eagle Ray Robb is on, Soulfish is on, Mark Gallagher is on. Hey Mark.
Hey, Mark.
Mark with a C, Kevin the Just, Arnie Toft, Pedro is on, Johnny Rooster is on, loud and clear. Thank you, Johnny.
Thank you, Johnny. Yes, mate, thank you. Aha.
BV, we say thank you to BV for moderalising and being in there. Cheers, BV. Hope you're well, buddy. Braden B is on, Jeffrey Ogden is on, Jamie Brown is on from Portland, Oregon. Rob Brewer, Ran's there. Ran, how are you, buddy? Backer, Moon. Somebody called Strymon is on, but I rather suspect that isn't actually Strymon. Who knows?
Stranger things have happened.
Oh, I know what I was going to do. I was going to fix the focus down because we're a bit further apart than normal.
Okay. Some housekeeping for Monday, 21st of July. Patron giveaway. Just a reminder that July's giveaway is live. This is for our patrons. It finishes on Wednesday at midnight UK time. If you're an active patron, you will have an email in your Patreon messages. You've got to be in it to win it. And that is was it the Wampler? Two Wampler pedals. So 2 separate giveaways we're having. Yay!
Yay!
All right. And
2
also
lucky winners.
a shout out to Joshua Bridges. Get those hands well so you can get back to playing guitar.
Joshua, yes, buddy. Thank you for your email. Yeah, all the best, bud.
What happened? I'm not...
Josh had quite a nasty accident with some burning plastic.
Ah, no!
And it means
buddy.
his guitar playing is severely curtailed. But
Oh, mate.
he's garnered great fun and enjoyment watching that pedal show. So we
boy,
feel
oh
you, bud.
boy. Bless you, mate. Yeah, get well soon.
Daniel Mincher is on. Guitars OK is on. Lee Brimble. How you doing, Lee? Robert Iboy. Oh, lots of lovely friends. Danielle Williams. Hey, Danielle. K Cole 4001. I always read it as KC Cole. Sorry, K.
I do that as well.
Yeah.
Why do I read it KC Cole?
Don't know. And the Sunshine Band. Thomas Ross. Scott Gaylor is on. Paul Matulovic. Hey, buddy.
Hello, buddy.
David Pekarski. Andreas Johansson. Morley Robertson. Wow, what a lovely bunch of friends. We'll be turning the super chats off shortly. BV has just informed me we have 19.
Okay.
Usually turn them off at about 22, 23, 25, 28. Terry Tibbs doing a deal.
Very good.
Yeah, about the Aston
I know
Martin.
who that is now.
80 grand, 60 grand, 120 grand, 50 grand. I'll give you 50 grand. We doing a deal?
Oh, very good.
Thomas Eichinger is on. Kristen Abbott. And yeah, lovely bunch of friends.
Beautiful.
Okay, Bruno Gusovich says, I recently finally made the plunge and acquired a G3 Atom. Can't wait for it to arrive.
Awesome. Thank you, Bruno.
Good
Thank
for
you, mate.
Bruno.
That's wonderful.
Good.
Very good.
Good. Right, let us then stampede Higgins.
Who's Higgins?
What's that? It's ocarina, sir. Bring it here. Meaning of life, Monty Python.
Oh, okay.
This is for your benefit.
But not mine. I've only got 20 minutes, dear.
1, 2, 3. Nothing like in jokes, isn't there, when no one else knows what the hell's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to turn the super chats off now. And then that way we can definitely finish them and get home for Meat Feast.
Of which I am looking forward to greatly.
Writing a letter home to your parents. Putting your brother's clothes on the lower peg. Sorry,
I have to go back and rewatch that scene.
We've had, Dan and I have had quite a busy day today. We've shot 2 videos today. Well, we've part shot.
We've 90% shot the second video.
Yes, we've got the Tone King Imperial preamp. So we're doing a few things with it. Lots of you have asked for us to do a video on that. So we've done it and we're doing it. And yeah. Okay. First in this week will be Morley Robertson.
Hello, Morley. Hard to beat not a guitar player with a name like Morley.
Yes.
And Steve. I had a friend in Australia. His name,
Shana.
great guitar player, not Shana. His name was Slade Gibson.
No.
Yeah.
Was that his real
It's
name?
his real name, Slade Gibson.
Oh, cheers,
amazing guitar player.
Slade Gibson.
Yeah. And his brother was a drummer.
Ooh,
Probably is still a drummer. And yeah. It was like the best guitar playing name ever, Slade Gibson.
The Slade Gibson Band. Coming to a Wagga Wagga near you. I don't know. What is it? Is that a thing?
It is now. I'm going to open up a chain of Wagga Waggas in Australia.
My foot got crooked, took a rook. There's that. Anyway.
So, Callum, this is what we do.
Yeah.
2 hours.
Callum, my nephew, is here today, and he's doing some work experience with us. So,
And
hello,
so far he's
Callum.
just going,
Hello,
you
yeah.
guys are insane.
I think he's going, what? This is not work. What? And to be truth, it isn't. Anyway, Morley Robertson. Hey, Morley says, leg ends, I'm feeling fuzzy. What's the difference between a fuzz face and a big muff circuit, and what are the advantages of each?
They're very different. Apparently, the Big Muff was inspired by the fuzz face, but I don't see it. Big Muff, like cascading gain stages, massively fuzzy, but still silicon, normal input impedance. Yeah. That's the beauty.
I'm doing like a 70s TV game show
That's
thing.
nice. That's nice.
I'm just not quite glamorous enough.
I disagree.
You were about to say I would, wouldn't you? We're not on drugs.
So
We are not on drugs. It's just been a busy
It's been
day.
a big day. So the Big Muff circuit has got cascading gain stages. It is with the tone stack in, you get a sort of more of a scooped mid thing. You can, if you bypass the stone stack, it's more neutral. Whereas a fuzz face, and of course depending how you run it, it's a different situation with input and output impedances to start. So fuzz face will have a much lower input impedance, but that works very well off the volume pots of your guitar.
Really great cleanup off
Yep,
the guitar,
great
whereas the Big
cleanup.
Muff won't.
Yes, exactly that. Yeah, I mean they're fundamentally very different.
Yeah.
But we've done a show on the pillars of fuzz. So if you go back and check that out, we go into quite detail about what they are.
Yeah.
So examples of I was just to say some examples. So fuzz face, think Hendrix.
Hendrix all the way.
Think I want to say Robin Trower. No.
Well, maybe, but it's Hendrix really. Eric Johnson.
Yes. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Big woolly fuzzy mess that if you get down here and play down on the bottom strings down there where the spider is.
Mm-hmm. He's coming to get me.
It's woolly.
That's
and
not a spider.
Indistinct and not very nice. But or it can be cool. But up here, doing the Widleys with this spider, it's it adds a huge amount of beef, and it is Hendrix. It just is Hendrix.
Yeah.
And loads of other people have used them, obviously. Yeah. Big Muff. I always think of Billy Corgan.
Billy Corgan's a great one
for the scooped muffy sound.
Yeah. Also, think. Comfortably Numb, David Gilmour. That's a big muff.
Yeah, it gets confusing for me when you get to Gilmour because there's so much clarity in it.
Yeah, but there's so many different sorts of big muffs. So yeah.
The good news is you can acquire both.
You can
for relatively sensible money and compare them. Which big muff would you buy then? Because then it does get confusing, doesn't it? The main mod done to a lot of big muffs is to be able to control the mid-range more.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they can be super scoopy.
Yeah, and also bypass that tone stack completely, which is also a nice mod. Jay Massis.
Yeah.
Is a, and I think Sun, are they big muff people?
Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? Dinosaur Jr., yeah, quite a lot of people mentioning Jay and Dinosaur Jr.
Yep. Cool. Yep. There you go.
There we are. Hopefully that will help. CompuCorder is saying Stevie Ray for a fuzz face too. Yeah, later on for sure.
Wow.
You can really hear it on Instep.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Mark Spurgeon says, howdy everyone from Anchorage, Alaska.
Wow.
Nick and Dan, g'day. G'day, mate.
Hello to Alaska.
Sweet home Alaska.
Well, that's one out of the way anyway. Daniel Thornton. Hello, Daniel. Daniel says, hello. Dan, you obviously have some chicken picking chops. You also seem to really enjoy playing that style. What's your history with that style? And do you have any basic tips on learning chicken picking?
Right. Yes. I was in Sydney and there was a guy doing gigs at the same time as I was, and he was an awesome country guitar player. And he showed me this thing, which I've never quite mastered, but it's this. And then he'd take that. All that stuff. But that...
Yeah, I think there's probably a distinction to be made between a lot of people call chicken picking standard country guitar playing.
Yeah.
With double stops and all that.
Yeah.
And bends.
Yeah.
But there's Travis picking as well, which is sort of a hybrid of what he was just doing.
Yeah. But then...
With the thumb, usually.
Yeah. But then you get into all that...
Yeah.
All that stuff. So, when I got onto the telly, I found that I really dug that stuff. And I started hearing... Because I, came up from the 80s as a rock guitar player. Then I got into jazz. When I first heard some amazing country guitar players, it was like a cross between shredding and jazz, because the tempos were so quick, the changes were happening so fast, and these guys were playing so clean. I was in awe of it. I think first time I heard Albert Lee, I just
tour in the UK.
Couldn't believe what I was hearing. Yeah. Still doing it. Amazing. So when I started to get into it, there's a guy called Doug Seven who does these online videos. Really fantastic. And just starts at the start and takes you through some essential country things and then begins to expand on it. And I've just always loved that sound. I've loved the bendy... I've always, there's such a cool sound, especially on a Telecaster, because the bridge is locked off, so you don't get any of
there's
that
no mucking about.
shenanigan. But yeah,
I want to say it was Seymour Duncan I first saw playing that lick.
oh wow.
Not that one. The
claw?
where you bend up to the major third thing. That one.
Yeah. What? Oh, okay.
Which of course is all steel guitar licks.
Yes, exactly.
And then you can play, if you catch the B string underneath.
Oh yeah, that's very cool.
And he did that because that's the Jerry Donahue trick, right?
The claw, not the claw, the claw.
If you want to get your head around that one, just pinch the B and the G strings together on any fret, doesn't matter, but we'll do the 5th fret. Bend down by plucking the G string, then pluck the B string and come back up again.
That's great.
And if you really want to go mad, you can...
Oh, Michael! Very nice. That's
and
lovely.
that was Jerry Donahue as well.
Yeah.
That's how I got into chicken picking, when he played the claw. I played it for years. All my fingers are over the place.
I used to have a Jerry
Probably
Donahue
Plectrum.
bridge pickup in my telly in Australia, and it was awesome. Seymour Duncan one. Nice.
That was all off that same documentary.
Right.
And of course, Brad Paisley. All that stuff. It's just great, isn't it?
It is brilliant.
It's
It is
so
brilliant.
disciplined, though.
What I really like about it is they play the changes.
Yeah. Such a melting pot of jazz
Yeah, it really is.
and bebop.
Yeah.
And the guys who do it well is all that. Like Red Volkart, for example.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
my
stunning.
goodness me.
Really stunning.
Yeah.
It was because I hadn't heard anything like that. I was shred world where it's like find your pentatonic thing and just go silly, and that was fun. When you realise there's actually chords happening underneath what you're doing, and then when you hear good country guys and how they move through the changes, and it happens so fast. It's wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Thanks for asking that, Daniel. Ran's there. Hey, Ran. How are you, buddy? He says, if you put a hungry ferret in your trousers, he'll run around. You'd be surprised at the energy. The key, of course, is to always bathe, even on the road. What's that? Is that Widnail and I?
I don't know.
Please tell us the reference. Is it Spinal Tap? Is it in the commentary of Spinal Tap?
No. No, I'm looking it up because if
Right, let us know the hungry ferret
right.
reference. Mark with a C, Gallagher. Mark Gallagher. Hey, Mark. I'm starting to fall out of love with my Gibson SG. I find it sound too spanky and telly-like instead of creamy like a Les Paul. What can I do to improve my relationship with it beyond just selling? Hopefully, Mark, you might have watched the show we did recently with Simon Jarrett when he's talking about using the volume and tone controls a lot more on the guitar. And I think that's a really good place to start. You might already have tried this, so forgive us if you have. But if you haven't, that is a great place to start. Just knock that tone control back a bit. Try, the other thing to try is the in-between setting that Daniel is demonstrating right now. It is said that one of Clapton's things that he used to like to do on a 4-pot Gibson was to be in the middle position and just knock the
Neck pickup.
Back a bit, so you just get like a slightly spanky, you don't want spanky, a slightly more mid-focused kind of tone. And again, if you just roll those, depending on what kind of wiring you've got, you can just roll those tone pots back and just get a bit more of a smooth sound. Add on some overdrive. I mean, if you're a clean player, not so good, but if you like overdrive, add on some thick overdrive, roll those things back, and should sound pretty creamy pretty quickly.
Yeah.
The other thing to say is, because the Gibson SG has an access cavity on the back, voila, if it's not currently 50s wired, you could just do that mod really quickly yourself.
Really
if you can operate a soldering iron, then you can do that mod really quickly. You won't devalue it. It won't hurt the guitar at all unless you completely muck it up and break everything, which is unlikely. And try 50s wiring with using those pots, and I think that will go a long way to doing it.
Yes.
At the same time, if you just don't dig it, move on.
Yeah. And one thing I would say is, if you're used to a telly or something with a different scale length, try some lighter strings on your SG. So
nice.
I was always wedded to the idea of using 11s because I'm a bit of an idiot. I thought, oh, hang on, it sounds too thick, and so anyway, I put some lighter strings on, and it's just, I am now so in love with this guitar. Yeah, so try some lighter strings. I'm assuming that you've got other guitars, so whatever you're using, just try a half a gauge lighter and try those on your SG and give that a go.
There you go. So Mark and Mark G are having a conversation about taking another guitar to a Coldplay concert. Man,
that is what the internet was made for.
How did that get so much traction?
It's incredible.
If you don't know the story of Coldplay Gate, and
then you haven't been online.
Recently. Yeah. There is a second part, says Ranzer. Even on the road or on a bus, Nigel Tufnell. Guitar World have reissued an interview of Tap from '92. Hilarious. No cues, please. Take one from the chat. Yeah, I remember he was. So I don't know if he did it for Guitar World or if he did it for Guitarist. But before my time on Guitarist, Nigel was on the cover of Guitarist with he had a Music Man guitar which had like a humbucking pickup that was about that long with millions of coils on it.
I remember. Yes, there was orange and yellow or something. The guitar flames.
So I don't know if that was the original Guitarist one or whether he did one for Guitar World as well, because the same company owns all the mags now, so they throw around the content like rubbish on the internet. Good, thank you, Paul. It was Nigel.
I feel ashamed.
Thank you, Ran, should I say. Backer. Hey, Backer. He says, leg ends. First wedding gig is done.
Well done, mate. How'd you get on?
Get in. Had a blast. Thanks for all the tips. Breathing really helped, especially with singing. Take one from the chat.
Well done, mate.
Good for you, man.
That's great.
Yeah. They're not easy, wedding gigs.
Okay, no, they're not.
Because 80% of people don't want you there.
Yeah, and that's a really good point. Actually, I'd never thought about that.
Yeah, all the aunties and uncles.
Yeah.
The minute you hit into Voodoo Child as the first song, they're all like, I'm off to get some cake.
Yep. Here's a question from the chat from Scott Gaylor. What's harder, telling your wife you're having an affair or telling her you like Coldplay?
I'm going to stand up for Coldplay.
Yes.
I'm going to stand up for Coldplay. I watched their set on TV at Glasgow last year, and I thought they were awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's funny when you hear them. It's like there's so many songs that I wouldn't say I'm overly familiar with Coldplay stuff. But when I see them live and they pull out the hits, they can play songs for 2 hours that you know.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Their first record is great. Yeah. Parachutes. It's a really, really good record. Ambitious.
Right. And it had a different sound. That was it. Such a cool sound. That. Sure, I played that completely wrong.
No, I think it was almost there. Like so much of what we do, Dan.
There's a T-shirt. That pedal show. Almost there. Oh, it's produced by Brian Eno, apparently. Is that right? Wow.
Yeah, that is interesting.
David Tompkins says, I especially like the Satriani cover they did.
I apologise. I've got a bit out of whack with the questions. I think I've got a bit confused. I am easily confused. Hello, Sailor. Joe, how are you, buddy?
Hello, mate.
Hello, Sailor Effects Official says, hey, guys. Seen the video from Oasis' latest gig? ? I'm going to the last show of the tour. Any chance of Noel coming on for a rig chat or gig gossip? Have they just saved guitar again? Well, we can't comment, actually, on whether we're going to do a rig tour live on stage at Wembley. We can't comment on that.
Wouldn't want to say.
We can't comment about that because there's a strong chance that it won't happen. That's all we're saying about that.
Yep.
Yeah. We are definitely going to a gig.
We're definitely going to
a gig a week on Sunday, which will be good fun. And have they just saved guitar again? Do you know what?
That's a great question.
Do you know what?
They might have.
They might have.
Yeah. I've got a feeling that it was on the up and they'd just given it a massive leg up.
Yeah, boot.
Fadoosh.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are going to watch that and go, well, that's cool.
And there's some guy in the goalpost going
Yeah.
like this once they did it.
Yeah.
Because it's scoring goals left, right, centre.
Yeah. And nobody sent me and Dan a mix of Live Forever
No.
to listen to. Very happy with the guitar sounds. Nobody sent
from the
us
desk
that.
tape. No one said
No.
you should hear these three guitars together.
Noel Gallagher definitely didn't send us a mix of Live Forever from the...
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't at all.
No.
Some days life is surreal, is all I'm going to say about that. Guitar's okay. Yes, it is. Interviewed Robert Keeley last week. Great guy.
Ah.
What's your favourite Keeley pedal? And of course, I wore one of my TPS shirts on the interview. Thank you.
Oh, bless you, mate.
Thank you for doing that.
D&M drive to start.
Yeah, well, we got to discount the D&M drive because
Okay.
obviously that is the answer.
Yep. I've had lots of... So my first Keeley pedals were modded Blues Driver, modded C2 and Keeley's Java Boost.
My favourite tube screamer remains a Keeley modded tube screamer.
Yep. So Andy Timmons currently has my modded Blues Driver. And I still have my Java Boost, which is still on my board, and the modded CE2, which just sounds glorious. From the new thing, I think, for me, I think the Halo is the best sounding compact delay pedal that I've heard in such a long time. It was a real game changer when I heard that. And I also, knowing the work that Andy Timmons did with Robert, it took them a long time. Andy's got some of the best ears I've ever worked with. And so I've got to say the Halo, I think it's just the most extraordinary sounding delay pedal. And it does so much.
It is great. I keep promising myself I'm going to spend some time with it because I just cannot get around the AI.
Stuff, yeah.
The AI, the UI, plagued by AI at the moment. Yeah. Mr. Happy Banana says, did you all like the Marshall mod head? Yes, very much. Very much. We didn't know what to do with the 800, but the Plexi we liked a great deal.
Oh, the Plexi is extraordinary. That's my favourite Marshall I've heard in years. Actually, the last time I heard a Marshall like that I loved was Yngwie's Marshall. Do you remember that one? That big box Yngwie Marshall?
Yeah.
I thought that sounded fantastic.
What is more?
Oh. I'd love to have him on the show.
4 out of 5 studio guys here have the Halo on their board, says Frankie Holt. Yeah, well, there you go. That speaks volumes, does it not? Yeah, so we're going to say the Halo. Hello.
Love the Halo.
I like some of those when he first started getting into the DSP things, and he did stuff like there was a reverb that had some tremolo in it.
Oh yeah,
and things like that were just a little bit Verbo Trem, is that it there?
Okay, here's the other one that we've used from time to time that I'm constantly blown away by how great it sounds.
Is that Filaments?
The Filaments.
Yeah. Oh, that won't work because it's not on autofocus.
Oh, is it not? Oh, you locked it off.
Well, because otherwise it will keep trying to focus on that Marshall,
Yes,
which is a
of
good
course.
thing.
But the Keeley Filaments, I just thought sounded just awesome. Really, really wonderful sounding overdrive pedal.
Yeah, there we are. Thank you, Guitars OK. Paul Matulovic. Hello,
Hey, buddy.
Paul. Just rewatching some new Pedal Day episodes yesterday. Warmed my heart to see the Geckoplex. Have you guys heard about the O-Face? Just picks one up. It should be good. O-Face pedal. I want to spend some more time with the Geckoplex, but I think we discovered it doesn't have analog drive-through, didn't we? I don't want to say that for a fact.
I'm pretty sure it doesn't.
Yeah, so we obviously had to
Can't do it.
put it down again. But
Oh.
the O-Face is a triple tremolo LFO overdrive. LF overdrive. World's first and only overdrive with optical knob modulation.
Oh,
That sounds really interesting.
nice.
Really, really interesting.
David Tompkins says Dan Engvay's in London on the 3rd of August playing Islington, but we're busy on the 3rd of August.
So we are.
Mm-hmm.
So we are.
Can't possibly say what we're doing.
I don't know. It would be so good to have Ingvi on. It would be
I would-
so good. I'm always a bit frightened of him.
But that's what I think would be so good to have him on.
Yeah.
Just face the fear
Yeah.
that is Engvay Malmsteen.
There was a journalist I knew who used to write for guitarists from time to time in America, who shall remain nameless, who actually had a fist fight with Ingvi once, I think. I don't want to cast aspersions on anyone's character, by the way, but I think it was a misunderstanding that ended up in somebody getting punched.
Fantastic.
Anyway, there we are. There we are. Leg ends. Oh, no, we've had that from Backer. We've had Mark Gallagher. Mark, you put that question in twice, so sorry if you didn't mean to put that in twice. Hopefully we gave you 2 questions worth of answers.
Oh, quick shout out to BV as well. Forgot to say hello to BV. Hello, legend. Thank you for doing all you do. He's out there slapping people around on the chat. It's beautiful to see with reckless abandon.
James Urquhart. Hello, James. Nice to hear from you. He says, hey all, hope is well. I'm trying to decode this. Lots my Les Paul standard, but having troubles online it so to Asian. Any suggestions? Lost my Les Paul standard? James, I'm sorry we only seem to have half that question. Not quite sure what it is you're asking.
Type it out again in the chat, James, and we'll get on it.
Yeah.
I wonder if Engvay would come on. Oh, that would be so joyous.
Scott Gaylor said we did a short run with Ingvi and he treated me incredibly well. Yeah, I've met him briefly before, but just watching him is like what?
Yeah.
He can actually do that.
I remember,
number one.
Yeah.
Number
yeah.
2, swinging the old guitar around, kicking the plectrums out, all in close-fitting leather. That's all I'm saying.
Just juice runs down your leg and just take your boot out at the end of the gig.
Oh God, if he does come on though, he's going to kick the shit out of us, isn't he?
Oh, it would be glorious.
I will destroy you with my tongue.
But the thing is, I hear a lot of people who have worked really hard to get the Engvay thing, and there's a lot of people who are great. No one sounds like Engvay.
I was astonished watching him do it. I mean, you hear it on record and you go, well, that's amazing. Must have taken 58 million takes.
Yeah. No.
And then you watch him and it's like, oh my God.
Yep.
He can actually do that.
Yep. There's a take of him playing a solo for something. It's like, remember the Feed the World, Live 8 and all that sort of stuff. I think the European metal bands all got together to do one. And it was a really big deal. And there's footage of them all in the studio with Engvay doing the solo. And he just rips it to pieces. And you can see all the other guitar players just sat there watching him, just going, he's not human. It's astonishing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'd be love to have him on.
James, thank you for repeating your question. We've got it now. James Urquhart, I love my Les Paul Standard, but I'm having intonation problems. Any suggestions? Also, any suggestions for strings that go strongly out of tune if you press too hard? I think, James, all of your problems are at the nut, by the sounds of things.
That's what she said.
Now, the reason I say that is because it depends where you're fretting, right? So if you fret anywhere, a fret has height. So you can push down, and if you push down harder,
Yeah.
that's a good few cents sharper because I've just pushed harder and we've stretched the string down close to the fret. It's stretched the string and therefore the pitch has gone up, right? So one thing to look at straight away is your technique and try and relax a bit and just push the strings down as hard as you need to rather than really, really hard. And forgive me because I don't know where you are in your playing journey, if you're relatively new to it or what, but in the early days of playing, it's a real hassle trying to just get the chords. Because your hands don't want to go there, your fingers don't want to go there, nothing wants to happen. And that's still true if you learn new chords and stuff, or if you've got a big stretch. And what the really, really great players do is they use all of that to have their own intonation.
Yeah, right.
And you'll hear players hit a chord and it's not quite there, and all of a sudden it's there, because they know, just from years and years of playing, they'll know what to bend and what to loosen in order to get the guitar in tune. Because remember, intonation is always a compromise. Now, that's talking about frets. The same is true of the nut to a greater degree, because the string needs to be quite a long way off the fretboard from the nut in order to pass over all the frets unhindered, right? So down here it's really easy to bend sharp. Almost got, you wouldn't get a semitone, but you might get half a semitone. So if you're pushing down really hard at the nut,
yeah, nice.
dissonance and resolution if you want that, but
yeah.
And then so it's down to how well is your nut cut.
Yeah, but it is that thing, is one of the hardest things to do is be able to dig in with your right hand and be still relaxed with your left hand. It's yet another thing that comes with volume, because if you can't hear yourself that well, yeah, you're gonna
be playing tense. You're gonna be playing slightly. I'm terrible for that. If I can't hear, I just hit the guitar harder, and all of a sudden it doesn't sound right.
Yep.
So maybe try some of those things, and if you know a good tech, or the guitar store near you has a good guitar repairer, just have that nut looked at, because it might be that a new nut or recutting some of the slots would really help. After that, of course, prosaically, make sure the intonation is set on the guitar properly, because it might be that you've changed string gauges. Those bridges can move, especially if it's a tune-o-matic. You know, it can move a little bit on the posts if for some of them. So just double check that, and and you know, for what it's worth. The other thing is, you might be a very, very experienced player, and you've played a Telecaster. I'm just making this up, obviously. You've played a Telecaster all your life, and you can play that thing in tune, because you're doing what we just spoke about. You're making all those micro intonation adjustments as you play, because that's your guitar and you've been playing it forever. And then you move on to a different instrument and all of that changes. So it could be that. Yeah. But yeah. So half of it's technique and half of it's just make sure the guitar is fettled correctly.
Yes. Our dear friend from oh my God, my brain. Matt at Monty's.
Oh, sorry, yes.
One of the things he said, the most important thing that you can do for any tone thing is to get the guitar set up properly. And he's done a couple of guitars for me now, and it's like the difference. I mean, I thought I knew how to set up a guitar, and after it came back from Matt, it was like, oh my goodness. So with the frets done and everything set up properly, what a difference it makes.
Yeah.
And it sounds, I sound like an idiot because of course it makes a difference, but
well, then I'm an idiot too, because
but that, you know what I mean. It's
when he pointed it out to us, it was like, oh my god, that really is makes a massive difference.
Yep.
One of the things, just mentioned Scott McKeon briefly, honk. Whenever I play one of Scott's guitars, it's always beautifully set up.
Yeah, right.
And the frets are always lovely and polished, and it does make a difference. Some people hate it. Some people really hate, like our dear friend Paul Stacey trying to play his guitars.
Oh yeah, nightmare.
It's like crawling through a hedge. Yeah.
Rusty edge. Jeff Bird says Dan needs a computer thinking icon above his head. I need one of those spinning wheels. It's just gone offline. Oh, he's back online. Yes, Gordon Rankin, a good luthier is always a good thing. Absolutely. And if you find a good luthier, they're worth their weight in gold.
Keep them.
Yeah.
Keep them close to your heart.
Yep.
Buy them things that they like.
Give them money.
Yeah.
They all like that.
Give them money. Biscuits. Actually, a shout out to the much missed Bill Puplett. He looked after Scott's guitars.
Yeah.
Bill Puplett is a very, very well thought of guitar repairer and tech here in the UK who died relatively recently, and he did lots of really serious people's guitars. Jeff Harper. Hello, Jeff. Jeff Harper says, I wonder why people cannot be happy with what gear they have. Can't imagine that. When having more expensive is attachment and is suffering based on Buddhist thought and teaching. Well, you know how to get me going. You're absolutely right, Jeff.
I'm going to go for a lie down and come back in a bit.
I think Jeff said it all.
Yeah, he has said it all.
Yeah. Yeah. Funnily enough, hanging out with a very good friend of ours, came to stay for a few days at my house, and we talked a lot about Buddhism because he's done a lot of work in that world. And obviously there's massive parallels and crossovers with Eckhart Tolle Buddhism.
It's funny talking to... I mean,
come on.
Generally, sorry, I didn't mean this to be a massive name drop, but talking to Robin Ford and Ed O'Brien, and Ed and Robin are going to get together because
life is strange.
Yeah, life is weird, and Ed's like, Robin seems very spiritual. Is there? And I said, oh, he's Buddhist. He goes, yep, makes perfect sense. And it is that thing where I think especially music is a wonderful conduit into real spiritual experience. The music does that better than anything. It's amazing.
You are absolutely right, Jeff. And I think when you say something like Buddhist or you put a word on it, a lot of people can go, oh, I don't want to hear about that crazy stuff. You know, they can feel a bit affronted, maybe if they're of different faith or whatever. But it's universal. It's not just... yes, it's in Buddhist thought and teaching, but I think it's universal truth that attachment is suffering. It absolutely is. And it does create an interesting dilemma for those of us going through a bit of a spiritual realization. Because if you're gonna, and I don't mean to just throw these terms around because it's a bit too heavy, but if you see enlightenment as something worth experiencing, then you have to do it.
Right.
You can't just go, well, I'll have that bit and that bit, but we won't worry about the attachment and loads of possessions and thinking that the 61 Strat really defines me. They're not. You can't have one. You can't just pick and choose.
You've always been very good though at not being attached. I mean, even before all the big revelations, like you didn't have any problem letting go of Blue.
No, but that was, to be fair, a lot of that had to do with Eckhart Tolle.
Was that after Eckhart that happened?
Yeah.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, I've been doing Eckhart for 8 years now.
Have you? 7,
8, something like that. The lack of self is real, says Jamie Brown. Yeah, it really is. And I find it all fascinating. But I think...
Moon said, wasn't it Buddha who said, a gig is a gig?
Yeah, it is what it is. Eagle Ray Rob says, what did the Buddhist say to the hot dog vendor? Make me one with everything.
Very good.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. Maybe we'll leave it there, but
Yeah, there you go.
yeah. Yeah. You're right, Dave Rustad. The thing to which we are the most attached is the source of most pain, is the self, not possessions. Let go of the self, let the accidents of the world flow through you and you are free. Yes, yeah.
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 It's nice.
And the self, obviously, is... You can define the self by attachment to things. That's where that comes from.
I wonder if, because I just saw this, Alex241 says, existence is suffering, but a cranked Marshall is bliss. I do wonder if one of the things about going to loud gigs and standing in front of the guitar player while he goes, you get a loud Marshall punch you in the face, you are present.
It's absolutely that. It's
Yeah.
the same with extreme sports.
Yeah.
It's doing things that put you in the moment.
Yeah.
That put you in the here and now and experience and presence and all of that stuff and flow.
Loud amps are the gift that just keeps giving.
Yeah, they are. They are flow. Anyway, let's move along. Thank you for your thoughts on spirituality. Jeff Bird says, by self, do you mean ego? Yes, although ego has a lot of different definitions. If you talk about ego in psychotherapy, you get into Freud and superego and id and all that business. Eckhart describes the ego very simply as a dysfunctional relationship with the present moment.
That's good.
It's your thinking mind, basically, rather than the seeing of the thinking mind. Let's definitely move on. Okay. Thank you, Jeff. Stephen Hudak says, budget ABY switch pedal content. I'm trying one now.
Great.
Are you saying you want a budget ABY switch pedal? If you do, Dan makes one called the AB Baby, but I don't know how budget it is.
It's not budget.
Radial is always a good place to look for that kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't think even Radial's not budget. I think things like Fender do a budget ABY. The problem with budget ABY pedals is they're generally not isolated. You're simply going through a couple of switches that can either put your signal left or right or out to both. But as soon as you're going out to two things, if you're going out to two amplifiers, the earth loop is there waiting to happen, and there's no guarantee you're going to be in phase. Guarantee you 50% of the time you won't be. So, but it depends on the job you want that to do. The other thing, if it's a passive, depending on what it's going into, if it's a passive splitter, then you are doubling the load. So that the input, let's say you got a guitar and you're splitting it passively, then that guitar has to drive whatever is after it twice as hard. So yeah, tis a thing. But depending on what you do, if you know, lots of the time it's a buffered signal and you're splitting to go into two other things before it gets to amplifiers, and they can be absolutely fine. And so there's been a bunch of sort of budget friendly, simple, really simple things. Yeah.
I'm sure there's 58 million.
There is.
With various differing brand names.
Yep. There is.
From yeah. I would say Radial is probably a good place to go if you can't stretch to the AB Baby.
Yeah. Radials are great. Lale, also really great.
Yeah, but again, serious cash.
Yeah. Thing is, though, you know.
Well, if you're going to use it a lot, then spend the money.
Yeah, completely.
Yeah. Kevin the Just says, and when Buddha asks for his change, the hot dog vendor says the change comes from within. That's excellent. That is excellent, Kevin. Thank you.
Very good.
Oh. um. Very good. Very good.
Chris Costabile, no. Just no. BB's just deleted it. Thank you, mate.
Simon V RDJ. Hey Simon, how
Hey,
are
buddy.
you? He says, please take a question from the chat, so we will. Let's see if we can find one. Looking for a question mark. Come on.
No, it's lovely seeing all of the conversations happening between you all. It's 730 people hanging out with us right now, and everyone's just talking it's really beautiful. This community is amazing. It really is wonderful.
Everything is beautiful.
Everything is beautiful.
Mark Stockhill. Hey Mark. Mark Stockhill says, what's the best MIDI controllable stereo delay? Analog drive-through is not necessary to me.
Oh, okay. There's a couple of things that you should try then. If analog drive-through isn't necessary, check out the Eventide time factor.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
It is spectacular.
The Source Audio
Nemesis. But the new one has analog drive-through.
Yeah, but let's say it doesn't matter whether it does or it doesn't.
Okay.
We like what Source Audio does.
We do, very much so.
The UI is, well, to me anyway, just exceptional.
Yep.
It's got a whole bunch of delay models in there, including even it's got an oil can, well, all kinds of stuff, loads of different delay models. And it is stereo and it is MIDI controllable. And that's what I would pick personally. Source Audio Nemesis. But goodness me, you've got some serious company there because you're in Strymon Timeline.
Strymon Timeline.
World. What's the Meris one?
Yes, the
Meris one is
LV.
Unbelievable.
Just unreal.
But if you want simple.
But where's the other one? Come on.
The Free the Tone one?
No.
That is excellent.
The
Free the Tone Future Factory. That's the one that Dan and I both use.
The Empress.
Oh yeah, the Echo Station.
Echo Station.
That is pretty.
Wow.
Pretty spectacular.
When we did we had a whole bunch of them on, and the Echo Station sonically
must be over the road. There's so many though.
There's loads.
And I actually, if you specifically want the 80s thing, have a look at the Boss SD3000.
Oh, yeah, that's incredible.
With the phase difference and all that.
And if you like that, check out the Otto Machines BIM.
Oh, God. That's not stereo though, is it?
It's completely stereo.
Oh, is it? Oh, wow.
It's incredible.
So really, I think it's down to, how far do you want to go with it? And what do you think about UI? Because there's certain stuff I wouldn't get because I couldn't go for the LVX. It would take me too long to learn it.
It's funny when I've heard people play the Meris LVX and the Reverb. I mean, they're two of the most. Those pedals, I don't want to say complicated, complex. There's so much possibility in them. Sonically, they're astonishing. If you can wrap your head around what's going on with them, man alive. Just use them as outboard gear. You know what I mean? They're so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
Meris guys, though, man, they're so switched on.
Hopefully, there's some suggestions there for you.
Yeah.
Right, and we will have left out a load as well. But... Barry Thomas. Hello, Barry.
Hey, Barry.
He says, I looked it up and I've been watching since August 2018 when you guys first got a High Watt. I had an email alert set for High Watt. Congrats on 10 years. New pedal day for me. VFE stereo Klein bottle.
Oh, wow.
An answer to an old question. I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, the Klein bottle. It's a really, really groovy thing. It is, let me just make sure I'm Klein bottle. So it's a V2. It's like a mixer.
Oh, with loops.
Yeah, and you can.
Oh, and low pass filters. And all
Yeah,
that.
you can change the
Oh, that does look cool.
EQ. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Really, really beautifully made. Yeah, very
Interesting.
clever.
God, that's interesting.
Yep.
With trails and all that kind of thing, so you could really get into your bloopy blips.
All that stuff.
Yeah. That's a technical term, obviously.
Bloopy, blip, blip.
Nice one, Barry. Cassius Ray. Hey, Cassius. My opinion on the effect of wood on tone. When I got my all mahogany with ebony fretboard S-type guitar, objectively different, subjectively better.
Ooh, interesting.
There we are. So S-type guitars, obviously, well, not obviously. S-type guitars usually have alder or ash bodies and a maple neck, and either a maple or a rosewood fingerboard. Cassius has gone for an all mahogany body and neck with an ebony fretboard. Yeah, very nice.
Like
very
it.
nice. Tubby Mac. Hey, Tubby Mac. Chase Bliss Analog Man Brothers or Thorpe Electric Lightning?
Chase Bliss, Analog Man Brothers, or Thorpe Electric Lightning. The Brothers is very specifically the king of tone with MIDI control, that style pedal, and it sounds fantastic. I've got one on my board and it really, really sounds wonderful. The Electric Lightning is a different thing, and I really dig the Electric Lightning. It's that Chris Buck thing with
The mids are in a
valves in it.
completely different place.
radically different.
And if you like that mid-range thing that Chris likes,
that's where you go.
it's kind of, I mean, I don't want to like make it too simplistic, but it's a bit like a really nice drivey valvey tube screamer. Kinda.
Yeah, very much so.
It's much more than that. But where that mid hump has got the, for me anyway, has got the TS mid hump.
Yeah.
And that is, I wouldn't say entirely absent from the Analog Man, but with the Analog Man, it's in a different place.
Yeah.
And Chase Bliss, it's in a different place. Plus, you've got the high end response, which is not present quite so much.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I really dig it. It's when we did a valve pedal thing, and we had all the hits. I really dug the Electric Lightning. It stood out. It was a different thing. It had a different voice, and you hear the thing that Chris Buck does so beautifully when he plays, he sings on guitar, and you can see he's so heavily influenced by singers with everything from his vibrato and his phrasing. The Electric Lightning has got that vocal mid-range quality to it, and there's nothing apologetic about it. That mid-range is out there for all to hear. But so it's a pedal that's designed by someone who plays live.
And look how Chris plays as well.
Exactly.
Often with a lot of fingers, a huge amount of sort of touch sensitivity in his playing. And in that sense, it might suit a whacker a bit less. I'm not saying it would, I'm saying it might.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of that, and I'd put Mayer in a similar sort of category where they like a bunch of that mid-range because a lot of what they do is inflection and light touch. And I mean, Chris whacks it as well, but a lot of it is subtle.
And also, if you're playing a Strat,
yeah,
puts a bit of that back.
Yeah,
nice.
Although Chris plays his rev styles more than anything these days.
He does.
Yep. Thomas Eichinger. Hey, Thomas.
Hey, Thomas.
Thomas says, hey, Dan, Mick and Catherine and BV and Rosie. Have you seen the Boss RT2? What do you think of it? It has no analog drive-through. Why is Boss not doing it right? Wishing you a great week. I didn't know that.
Right.
Has it really got no analog drive-through?
So here's the problem with analog drive-through on rotary pedals. A rotary, and the way they do it, you've got two spinning speakers spinning together, and all of the phase loveliness and goodness that creates. Traditionally, there isn't a a mix of dry signal in that. Now, if there was a dry signal mix, one would hope that would be analog dry through. But if what you're
like a vibe,
if what you're going for is just the rotary, it is exactly like that. You're getting it's the wet signal only, and they're spinning around and playing off against each other. Splitting before the RT2 and then doing that would be great. But again, you're getting, if you imagine you do wet dry and you've got the stereo RT2, we have to try this because we got one coming. You've got the horn on one side, the bass on the other side, and center amp dry, and it would sound absolutely extraordinary. I've always been a fan. So the RT20, so you remember the DD20 series, the RT20, and I remember the spinning disc in the middle, and that was on. There's a guitar player called John Wesley who was the guitar player in Porcupine Tree with Steven Wilson, and he had that in his board for doing a couple of songs, and it just sounded wicked. But I loved the spinning thing because you could see what the horn was doing and what the bass was doing.
Oh, wow.
It was a really great visual. You knew what was going on. Brilliant. And they've kept that in the RT2. So I've been a fan of that pedal for a while. It'll be really interesting to hear it.
So it only matters. No analog dry through only matters if you're running wet dry. It doesn't matter if you're running stereo.
No.
Well,
it matters less.
Much less, yeah. So the reason that we bang on about no analog dry through all the time is because, and this is where I get confused with rotary speakers, because if there's no dry signal present, why is it a problem?
If there's no, well, it's not a problem. But what you get, so the difference is,
like the problem in a delay, for example, is, if it has no analog dry through, what the delay is doing is it is putting a delay on top of your dry signal. So if there's no analog dry through, both of those are subject to digital latency. Therefore, when they come out of 2 amps, you've got your main amp a few milliseconds ahead of the one where dry signal is present because of the digital latency.
Yes.
But if there's no dry signal present in the rotary speaker, why does it matter? And I know it does matter because I've given up on all my digital rotary pedals because it annoys the shit out of me.
Yeah. So why does it matter? Because A, it's still digital, right? With what that does. B, with if you imagine the vibe, which is the modulating time thing, and for that to work, there has to be a delay, which is however many milliseconds, which is going faster and slower.
Yeah.
And then it's the combination of that delayed sound on top of the drive-through sound that gives you that modulation. Now with the rotary,
yeah, because with a vibe, if you turn it off, you've just got wobbly.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's how chorus works.
Exactly.
And we know all of that.
Yep. With the rotary, there is no direct signal. It doesn't need it. It is specifically the Doppler effect that's happening with the speakers. Now, if they gave you a third output and said, here's your center dry, so that you can just kick these on and have the other two, then it would matter. But it's that sort of effect where as long as the latency isn't too bad, it's okay.
Well, I spent years with my vent, near the mini vent, just going to 1 amp, constantly flipping the phase because it's like, oh man, this isn't in and it's not out.
Yeah, which is the digital shenanigans.
Yeah, so it shouldn't. But like you say, because there's no digital, I could never work out why it mattered so much. But then as soon as I got the HK, it was like, problem solved.
Yeah.
So, it's so annoying. Why would Boss... Yeah, I don't understand. I still don't understand.
Well,
to reiterate, if you're running stereo, not a problem. If you're running 1 amp, not a problem.
Yeah, it's only the wet dry, but with the We'll do it because also got the new Keeley rotary, which loads of people are really enjoying. So there's a couple of new fancy ass rotaries out there. That'd be funny.
Adrian van Lieshout says, I'd love to see a Rhett Schul come around for a TPS wet dry rotary setup. I don't get his beef. I don't think he has an actual beef, does he? I think he's just saying it's just too damn complicated. I think is his main beef, isn't it?
Yeah. Probably.
If he's saying it doesn't sound good, he doesn't have ears. And I'll just,
No, I just think
we know he does.
Yeah, no, he does, and he's fantastic, great guitar player, and and makes great videos. I think Rhett's probably aware of things being unnecessarily complicated, but the thing is, you've got to try this stuff, and we've tried this stuff, and was like, this is worth doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's an awesome thing.
We're not here for least worst.
It's not a race to the bottom.
No, it is not.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Right. Let's move along. Greetings from Akron, Ohio, says Jim B. Hey, Jim.
Hey, Jim.
He says, does your approach to effects change for live or recording use? Yes. Funnily enough, the older I get, the more recording I do and the more gigs I do, I think they are two vastly different things.
Yeah.
And at this point in time, the idea of using the same gear for live as for recording is bonkers to me.
Right.
I just seem to increasing revelations about what you can do in a recording situation that you can't do live and vice versa, and the appropriateness of certain gear for recording.
Yeah, for sure.
Versus amps is the obvious one.
Yes.
Like trying to record a 100-watt Marshall in
It's
here is
very, very hard.
folly, really. You need a big room if you want to record a 100-watt Marshall. But actually, you can get a spectacular sound out of a small amp, sensitively mic'd. So stuff like that. Effects-wise, depending on the mix and depending on the genre or the type of music you're playing, I think in recording you can go way wetter.
Oh, yeah.
Because parallel.
Yes.
And because hopefully you're playing music that has some sort of dynamic difference and all of that, whereas live is a bit more of a melee. You don't know really what's happening out front, and unless you have a sound professional who is on your team, Dustin, I am not bashing sound professionals, I promise. The 3 I've encountered over the last month have been chef's kiss. But even then, they have a limited amount of interest in how amazing you want to sound.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the more you pile on, the harder you make it, the messier it can be. So I would say much easier to use more wet in recording. Do you agree?
Yeah. It's certainly much easier to control than recording. Live, if you've got a drummer that gives it some love, it's important to have enough watts on stage. Recording, you can use anything. I think, a really good example of that is the PV amplifier that has just been reissued by PV, and it's not the
Deuce?
Rage. No, it's a tiny little amplifier.
Bandit?
That the Queens of the Stone Age guy uses in recordings, has been a massive part of his sound. And someone will jump in the chat and say what it is. And it's an awesome thing. A tiny little amp, stick a mic in front of it, record it, and it's like, oh, that's that sound. Yeah, it's very, very cool.
Yeah. So
the PV Decade.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you, 40 Watt Podcast.
So definitely, Jim, I wouldn't be tied to using the same rig for those two applications. And some of that comes with doing it a lot and having the confidence to go, actually, do you know what? I don't need my 100-watt 2-rock. 20-watt. This would actually be far better in this situation. Yeah. Also, one thing I've really learned since doing that pedal show over these 10 years is all the things I never used to like about little amps. The boxy sound, the kind of way they flub out in the low end, transformer harmonics, like all that around the edge. Because, you know, I grew up playing loud amps with a loud band needing clarity and togetherness and a bass note to have bass in it and for it not to all be crapping out all the time. And that, I thought that's what good sound was. But then you try and record that and it sounds really sterile sometimes. And then by contrast, you crank up a champ and think, that just sounds like people throwing boxes down the stairs. And then you hear it recorded.
Incredible.
And it's like, oh my God, that's the sound. But you've got to do it. You have to hear it and hear it mixed and hear it in a track and hear it to go, oh yeah, I finally understand what people are banging on about now.
Yeah. It's a very different approach. And you can, you know, the thing with recording as well, you can experiment and you can try a whole bunch of different stuff. When you're doing a gig, you've got to, you know, bringing out 7 different amplifiers and switching them between songs is not impossible, but impractical. Finding a rig that's got enough headroom and clarity and that will, using pedals to switch to give you enough flexibility with sounds for the gig, it's, you know, it is a different thing. So what he says, Pig Nose 700 for the win. Yeah, the Pig Nose.
Yeah, same thing.
Amazing.
Yeah, how cool. Matthew A. Hello, Matthew. He says, no question, just celebrating being able to get to a live for the first time.
Oh, bless you, mate.
Thanks for joining us, Matthew. Looks like you're in the UK somewhere. So, yeah, thanks for joining us. Paul Matulovic. He says, I know you guys used to have a decent assortment of Effectrode stuff. Have you ever tried the Vibe and what are your thoughts?
Yes, I have tried the Vibe and it is absolutely glorious. Just
Likewise.
astonishing.
We don't own one, but
Don't own one.
flipping heck, it's good.
It's unreal.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Yep. All his stuff is good.
Yep. Yeah, Phil's an amazing engineer.
We've got the Posh compressor somewhere, which we must get out one day.
Yes.
I bought it in a job lot of stuff off somebody.
Yeah. Yeah, Phil's amazing. He's just been working on a whole bunch of Echo Rec stuff and he's become world preeminent Echo Rec genius. He's like remaking parts and stuff for them and I think he's redoing David's.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that is very cool. Last super chat this week is from Tom Killory. Hey, Tom. Tom says, I showed up to a gig recently with a Super, and I'm assuming you mean a Super Reverb. The other guitarist bought a Blues Junior. How do you approach such a situation as a player? Okay, I'll start with a tangent, obviously, because it's that pedal show. I went to a gig last Thursday night with our friend Paul Stacey, just playing a rock covers gig in a bar in Frome. Out, slightly half in, half outdoors, I would say. Paul had a 50 watt high watt and a 212, and sorry if I've already told the story, but I'm going to tell it again.
I don't think you have.
50 watt high watt and a 212, and a 50 watt Laney and a 212. So he's basically got a 4x12 and two 50 watt heads, but 2 separate cabs. It was louder than pigs. It was like the sort of massive hugging, enveloping, now you're squeezing, please let me go kind of hug.
Like Nan.
Wiping a bit of snot off your face with the tissue. And it was just a magic sound. It was loud, but it didn't hurt. It was just a beautiful sound. The other guitar player, a guy called Michael, wasn't really playing guitar. He was playing keys, mainly. Utterly phenomenal. He had all the sounds. So they did Shine On Your Crazy Diamond.
Oh, brilliant.
Full thing, start to finish.
Right.
They did all kinds of really great stuff. And his key sounds were just... He had it all. He had it absolutely all. Played beautifully and all the rest of it. He played backup guitar on maybe 4 or 5 tracks. And he had our Hot Rod Deluxe.
Okay.
And that thing was hammering me in the ear like... Exactly like that.
Yeah.
What's the point of the story? I think there's a lot to be said for the directional beaminess of a single 12-inch speaker with a bit of mid-range in it, versus the lovely enveloping hug you get from a 412. You would be slightly insane to say that the Hot Rod Deluxe sounded louder, but it was certainly more piercing.
Yeah, okay.
So as a tone thing, whereas all that lovely, huge rock guitar sound from the two big amps was just everywhere, and therefore it wasn't beaming me like an ice pick in the forehead.
And who was on drums?
Jeremy.
Okay, so Jeremy...
It was a killer band.
Jeremy can lift to that,
Yeah.
And would have.
Yeah.
Um,
So my point is, how do you deal with it? Just enjoy the super and play.
Yeah, completely. And don't apologise for it.
Because you can turn it down a bit and use some pedals, can't you? Because to crank a super next to a Blues Junior would be a bit brutal.
Yeah.
But if you've got an overdrive pedal with you, then sure, you can just turn it down a bit and lean on the overdrive pedal for your overdrive and just be an appropriate volume. But what you'll be getting is a bigger, nicer sound, in my opinion. I came away from that gig going, I'm done with 1x12s.
Yeah, right.
I like big cabs.
Yeah.
And I cannot lie.
You were the most good, didn't I?
3 gigs I did over the in the last month or so, I've had a minimum of 3 12-inch speakers.
Awesome.
And a maximum of 5.
Awesome.
And I think that's the way to go. I know we can't be asked because you have to carry all the stuff and then you have to go up the fire escape and you make 58,000 reasons why you don't want to carry big amps around. And then perhaps to your point, you feel a bit dumb because everyone else in the band looks at you going, what? But I don't know. I'm past caring about all of
Stop
that.
apologising for having a great sound.
It's just do your thing.
Yeah,
play what you want to play.
Completely.
And don't worry. And if the other guy's feeling a bit sad about his Blues Junior, not that there's anything wrong with Blues Juniors, by the way.
They're great.
Maybe you're helping.
Yeah.
Maybe you're helping force a change. But anyway, play at an appropriate volume. That's why it's always good to have an overdrive pedal on hand, isn't it? Because you can turn the amp down, lean on the overdrive pedal.
Yeah.
You don't have to be too loud. Fair?
Very fair.
What are you using for your Danalogs gig on the 31st of July, Daniel? At the Vic in Swindon.
So,
how are ticket sales going?
I don't even know. I haven't checked. I don't know. I'm assuming. I don't know. There are tickets left, I'm sure.
I hope there are because I haven't bought one yet.
No, I know a guy.
Do you?
Don't be silly.
Can you get me in?
Yes, I can get you in. Don't be silly. They're only £8 or something.
There you are, the Danalogs.
There you go. The silliness. So I'm using everything that you saw on my rig build, with one exception. When he was here, Simon gave me an overdrive pedal to try. And it's the Harlot on one side, which is so similar to the overdrive I was using. But on the other side of it is the one that you like.
Which is now called the Alexander.
The Alexander.
Alexander the Great.
And so
Alexander the Dumble.
It's just sort of switching between the two. And what I found really interesting was there's a couple of dumbly moments, and I don't change level or gain. I just change to that different voice, and it just goes. It's very, very cool.
There you go.
So that's the only change. Everything else is as it was. And I'm using the Princeton and my AC10 Twin. They sound great together, and they sound great in the band, and they are plenty loud enough. The only change that might happen, if a change happens at all, is changing out the AC10 for the matchless on the Dr. Z cab. But I don't think so, because the AC10, it just sounds so great.
Yeah, if it sounds great.
Yeah.
It sounds great. 40 Watt Podcast says, I'm gigging this weekend with a 50 Watt TS1 and a 2-Rock 4x10 cab. I'll never apologise for it. Good for you, man.
Awesome, buddy. That's amazing.
Good for you. I'm borrowing another 2-Rock 212 off my friend Alistair, who won't sell it to me, but he will long-term loan it to me.
Oh, cool.
They're a bit rare at the moment. I'm trying to find one, and they're quite rare. So I can use the TS1 and its new head cab
Right.
on a 212 and the CRS on a 212.
Awesome.
So it's like a 4/8 Rock. Yeah, lots of people saying they like big cabs.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have we blitzed through the super chats already?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. I just will check that. Well, it has signed me out anyway, so that's good. And obviously, we changed all the passwords recently, and I don't know what they are, so I'm going to have to go and find. You can keep the people happy, don't you?
Yeah, very cool.
Maybe tell them an interesting story from
yeah.
your childhood.
I could do that, or I could let you know I'm talking with Keith from 5 Watt World tomorrow night, I think 9 p.m. UK time. Going to have a chat with him, which would be fun. He's, makes awesome vids, and yeah, he's wonderful. So that's happening. If you want to come and say hi tomorrow, that would be awesome. Yeah, we did an experience day here last month where I swapped out the AC10. The Dr. Z has got 2 Celestion Golds in it. The matchless into that is just heavenly. So yeah, that might be the only change and the matchless would be in 15 watt mode. And again, the AC10's only 10 watts, but it sounds great, and I'm really, really happy with that. And it's plenty loud enough for the Vic. But if I do any outdoor stuff, I'll definitely be using the matchless.
I'd be interested on your thoughts after the gig if you think it is loud enough for the Vic.
Oh, okay. I'll be interested to see what you think. I'm gonna set up a camera and do a bit of filming just so it's filmed.
on the 3 gigs I did, there was cameras in various positions. I didn't feel like I was much different in volume on any of the gigs.
Right.
Just sort of the same. On the first gig, all you can hear is my guitar because the camera's in front of my amp.
Oh, okay.
On the second gig, you can't hear my guitar at all
because the camera's
on the other side of the stage. So, yeah. The nature of modern recording devices such as iPhones and GoPros, which do a lot of compression and mucking about. Yeah, I think we are through the super chats. Actually, I'll just have a quick flick that we definitely haven't missed anybody. BV, sorry, I haven't been looking at my phone. Oh, yeah, we did some. We were recording today, so everything was a bit. Oh, I do have a 1.5 litre free sample of Villebois Loire Sauvignon Blanc in my Naked Wines order this month.
Oh, fantastic.
Which is nice. Good. No, everything is good. Everything is groovy. Everything is groovy. Let's have a little dig in the chat for a few minutes then.
Stan Muser once says Jeremy Stacey with Joe Bonamassa doing the Rory Gallagher tribute was incredible. Yeah, so Jeremy and Paul, twin brothers, and they are 2 of the greatest musicians you will ever see.
Yeah.
And when you see them play live, it is a bit spooky, to be honest. That thing they've got, just that they shared in the womb, it's like ESP when they play together. It's wonderful. Have you ever seen the Rock gig? Or was what they did the version of a Rock gig?
It was a version of it,
okay.
Yeah. Dustin Thiessen is saying, that's why we like to put guitars through the PA, so you can hear it in the whole venue. Ergo, less stage volume means more even coverage of guitar, and that can only be good. Yes, we know, Dustin, we know. The cameras that I'm talking about were on the stage. They weren't getting anything from the front of house.
Yeah. Personal cameras.
Yeah.
Personal cameras.
Yeah. We were mic'd them through front of house. Good. Adam Hopkins, Minuteman Reviews, is saying, I recently cleaned up and restrung a lot of my guitars. Still have my PRS SE single cut, the first I ever bought. Do you guys have old guitars that aren't custom shop that you still have? And you, yeah, basically, have we got any guitars that aren't super posh that we still love? There is an SE single cut at the
There
gig
is,
rig,
there is, and I still play it all the time, and it's
Yeah.
fantastic.
It's a good guitar, isn't it?
That's a great guitar. I mean, yeah. So you can't call the Junior a posh guitar.
No, but it is a vintage guitar.
It's an old guitar.
It's not a cheapie, is it?
No, but we're talking about cheap posh guitar. Well, this was cheap. When these came out, they were the student model, and they were $200.
It's a fair point.
And it's just, astonishing.
It's such a great guitar. I'm not embarrassed to say I don't have any cost-effective guitars anymore. I don't think. We got Danish Pete's Purple Telly out there.
Yeah,
There's a Gem kicking around over there. The Gem Junior.
being kicked around.
I've got my Ibanez 12 string, which just drives me nuts. I did buy a guitar for my dad recently.
Really?
An Epiphone J200, basically.
Oh wow!
12 string.
No way.
Acoustic, yeah, and they're quite rare. They're very hard to find, and it's a pretty cool guitar. So I look forward to using that. But yeah, I think what tends to happen is when you clear out to raise beer vouchers for the serious purchases, in the words of the Manic Street Preachers, everything must go. So I think that's where a lot of my... some of you probably do as well. I got into, like, you know, you'd be on Anderson's or Coda or wherever it is, you look for your guitar, and you see something that's like 499 quid or 399 quid, like that Supro James Sport I bought.
Yeah.
And you're like, wow, that is so cool. That is so cool. And you use it and you play it a bit, and then it ends up sitting there because you don't play it a lot. And then you're like, should I keep this or should I flog it to somebody who's going to get much more love out of it? Hello, Ed, who bought it. And stuff like that. So I don't know.
Yeah, but I, like, for the longest time, I couldn't afford to have any more than one guitar, and I remember when I got a string breaker, a friend of mine found a really cheap BC Rich in Australia, and that was my string breaker guitar. I couldn't, you know, if I wanted a different guitar, I had to sell the guitar I had. So I didn't keep guitars around for a long time, and it's only in, well, you know, the past 15 or so years that I've been able to hang on to them. But I remember I had it was an Orville by Gibson. And it was a double cut, like a TV yellow double cut Junior. And it only cost like $300 or something. And it was such a vibey guitar. And I used it with the Spirits in the early days. But to buy this guitar, I had to sell that.
Yeah.
And there are some things about that guitar that I miss.
Yeah.
It was such a great thing. But, you know, this thing is crazy.
Yeah. Danielle Williams says, they say wood doesn't matter, but I just bought a new chopping board. It's bamboo and it's excellent. Also, I put my name down at the Gibson garage for a white 80s Explorer.
Oh, wow.
Get in. I've so nearly bought an Explorer so many times.
Yeah. That's a hard one to get over the line.
Yeah. Well, we'd have to redesign the guitar stands for a start. Good. Okay. Just having a look here. Everyone's having a lovely time. I think we will bid you adieu for this week and look forward to Friday when it's the second of the Attenuator show. Last Friday's show was Make Quieter, the thing that we know about attenuators, and some additional functionality. Actually hasn't been a very popular show, so I don't know if it's just too boring or people don't want to deal with all that, but this Friday's is much more interesting. It's taking a 1-watt Bugera and making it louder.
Oh,
with
it's fascinating.
Both the Fryette Power Station and the new 2 Notes Reload 2, and exploring some of the additional functionality those units bring. And I don't think it would be letting the cat out of the bag to say that me and Dan much prefer taking a small amp and making it louder than taking a big amp and making it quieter.
100%. 100%.
Yeah. Yep. Rosie is barking. Good. All right. Thanks for being with us, everyone. We're going to leave you be for Meat Feast and look forward to Friday. There'll be some 10th anniversary content coming up over the summer. We filmed a video today where Dan and I sort of tell the story of that pedal show. All the lies and other things we can make up. When we got beamed down into Roswell from an alien craft. And anyway, see you Friday. Dan, are you going to play us out?
I can have a go.
Thanks for being with us, everyone. Yeah, awesome. Thank you to BV is what I've been scrabbling around to say. Look at him go. You know what this needs, Dan? It's just not complete without it. One of us has gone out of time. And I would like to submit to the defence. It's not me.
I was syncopating.
Too much painting, not enough sync.